was great. There's no intro. You, for some reason, I was usually there's a whole Pardon the POV intro. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Pardon the POV. I am here with the internet's boyfriend, but he got his hair cut.
That's right.
Who are you now? The internet's what?
I don't know. Our lovely host said the internet's daddy now.
The internet.
That's quite the term.
Poppy Day Internet.
Well, let's get to spanking here, Robert. Let's go.
Trying something a bit different because we love iterating. Question 1. Stop hiring humans is the topic. I have a visual aid. Let's see if it works. Artisan AI ran billboards across San Francisco. Probably saw them while we were there. Then New York and London, reading "Stop hiring humans" next to a smiling AI sales rep named Ava. Before you interject with outrage, let me finish. Other taglines brag that artisans won't complain about work-life balance and won't come into work hungover, unlike Matt. The CEO called the campaign shock value and admitted it was meant to be triggering. You're looking at that right now on screen. A company has built its entire brand on 3 words: stop hiring humans. They put an AI's face on a billboard and bragged that she'll never ask for a day off. People sent death threats. It also made them about $2 million. So before we pretend we're above it, answer this question. An SMB founder making their first sales hire in 2026. Smart money goes on an AI agent over a human. Agree or disagree? 3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Matt, you're up.
Well, it just in general, if you're you're an SMB, you're a founder, you're just getting started, you need someone else in the room with you to help you create a founding sales team. So I'm not against necessarily having agents and AIs help, but you don't even have a process to scale. You don't even know what's working, what's not working. And to be able to do something, you must be able to have a process that a human can follow to even turn it in. Now, this is what will change. Is sales reps will have higher AAR, higher expectations as the tools get better and better. And I actually don't think necessarily there's going to be a bunch of agents. I think there's going to be humans that have higher expectations, and the work will get generated through agents or AI in some way. So first hire should be 400 freaking sure. But even before you get an AI agent tool, a human to help you figure out the process.
Wrong sounder, but it was also the right sounder. Krispy, you're up.
I agree. I think that for anyone who has been the first sales hire to a founder, you are more than just a first sales hire. You are the figure outer of process and revenue and strategy and stuff like that. And an agent cannot be turnkey enough or doesn't come ready out of the box to be that resource for you if you're an SMB founder from the starting point. It doesn't work like that. You're doing a lot of validation around go-to-market. You're doing a lot of validation around value props, a lot of validation around objections and ICPs. And an agent is just not the best place to start doing that. It's very binary. You need a human that's going to be more flexible and factor in strategy and reasoning and things that will actually maintain impact and help you scale.
Got to keep you loose with the sounders.
Keep them loose.
That was good. The billboard was weird, shocking, and people use it. I don't know who in the hell would buy from that. I've also, maybe I haven't had the best experience, but I have talked to one. It's not very good. Question 2. Here is the visual. So this is our friend. I say friend loosely. Jason Lemkin. The middle of your team, Jason Lemkin, founder of SaaStr, replaced most of his go-to-market team. He moved from 8 or 9 humans to roughly 1.2 humans plus 20 agents. He kept revenue flat. The line, agents are better than a mid-pack AE, SDR, or BDR, just not better than the best performers. And that middle tier is the one that can't compete. Agents generated 15% of SaaStr London's revenue. That is the link that you're looking at here. Pretty cool article. I think Matt has read this in depth and had some opinions on it, which I can't wait to hear Matt's take because it is spicy. So Lemkin isn't a hype guy. He's funded $200 million of B2B, and he just said something that most people think is quiet, but are saying more and more. It's on the record. Your best reps are safe. Your worst reps were always leaving. The new casualty is really the solid, the middle tier. Your question, the average competent rep, the dependable middle of your team, quote unquote, is now able to be outperformed consistently by AI agents. Agree? Disagree? 3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Agree.
Ooh. Krispy, you unfortunately or fortunately are up first. Go ahead.
I've had a realization recently, and I think it is best phrased in one single sentence, which is AI will expose the mediocrity in people more. Mediocre reps will become more mediocre, and the middle will be forced to become the top layer or the bottom layer. And in most scenarios that I've seen, they are becoming more of the bottom layer. So I think that the top 90% of that sales team is AI enabled, and that's why they're remaining as the top 90%. I think in this scenario, measuring, pipeline has stayed the same, zero closed deals, stuff like that. That does not factor in the cost of what sales reps are if you replace them in that model. So technically, there is some upside to that if you're replacing them with SDRs directly. I don't believe that the middle tier of your sales team is the thing that makes or breaks your revenue engine. I think it's the top layer.
Love that. It is also, Matt, I will say this really quick. I would replace, just for anyone listening to this that may not be as familiar, AI or agent or whatever with tool. In the fire department, there were people with a Halligan, the fire tool, that were amazing with it, and people that were absolute dog shit with it and couldn't tell the front end from the back end. So go ahead, Matt.
This is the average competent rep. The dependable middle is now outperformed by AI agents, and that I disagree with. What I think is going to happen is this is like a Amazonification effect, where 2-day shipping became the norm, and now everybody must have 2-day shipping, or it's no longer a good experience. So what will happen? I agree 100% with what Krispy said. I just don't agree with this binary. What will happen is mediocrity. There's going to be mediocre people. There's just going to be, everyone's going to be better. There's going to be a baseline. The software we have will get better, so that the mediocre will just be better. So is it going to get rid of average competent reps? Absolutely not. In fact, we must have a pipeline to be able to feed new reps. And so there's going to be, a reality is the base, the top is going to get higher, and the medium is going to get higher, and everything will rise with it. And the bad reps just will be exposed almost freakingly, and they're going to be pushed out. That's what I think is going to happen. So it will not get rid of mid-tier performers.
That's the sound of your mid-tier performers.
At least they're bouncing. You need something. So.
Getting bounced out. I believe also you used a term I've never heard, immediately. Yeah. What does that mean?
It means faster than immediately. Urgently, that is immediate. Now.
Lorenzo, can you add immediately to the show notes, just in case anybody wants to look it up? Next question. I will preface this question is you might have the response hearing this is what does this have to do with sales? That is your job on this question, is to make the connection. So get ready. And we have the visual. Does ChatGPT make you dumber?
Yes.
Speaking of what Krispy was saying in his thing. MIT Media Lab study, your brain on GPT wired up. I wonder if that's the same people that did your brain on drugs. Anyway, they wired up people writing essays. EEG showed the AI group had the weakest brain connectivity, lowest sense of ownership over their work, and the most trouble quoting their own essays minutes after writing them. Researchers named it cognitive debt. We've talked about that on the show before. Here's the visual. The article is really illuminating, I think. But picture your sales team, right? Go-to-market team even. Every email written by AI, every call plan generated by AI, every recording spat back to you, thrown up, regurgitated by AI. Every objection rebuttal is pasted from a tool with AI. MIT scanned people doing exactly that and watched their brains go quiet. One camp says you're building a team that can't think. Other camp, including one of the most credible AI voices alive, says that's a lazy read of the data. Pick a side. So reps who outsource their thinking almost exclusively to AI get measurably worse at selling over time. Agree, disagree? 3, 2, 1.
Agree.
I agree too, but I'd like to hear y'all talk about it. Matt, you're up first.
Look, I'm going to put this in a real life, so it sounds different. As I'm in a church, and we're going over. There's doctrine, there's dogmatic things, there's very specific ways. What's the doctrine of Scripture? What's the doctrine of creation? It's called catechisms. It's how you teach a human how to think, and have structures on what they're thinking. And I cheated. I used AI to help me write these things, and went into this cohort of people. They asked me the questions, and I could not remember one thing. that I had written on that piece of paper. And I helped curate it. I helped ask it. And I was like, holy moly, I am dumber. And if I keep doing this, I will not be able to even say what I think or why I believe what I say or what I've written. I must start thinking. And I think the same will be in all their places and spaces where AI is helpful, but if it replaces the the gurgling, how you metastasize things, how you create them, it will make us dumber. We must go through struggle and suffering. And if we remove that because we're human and we seek pleasure, we will get less human.
Just as a note, I think you almost forgot how to say metastasize.
I was trying to.
You recovered. Yeah, that was almost one of those things that you lose. But to your point, you were thinking for yourself. You were able to find the word. That was really good. Krispy.
Anyone who is outsourcing their thinking to AI is outsourcing their purpose in their job altogether. You're functionally replacing yourself, and it's very stupid to do so. That's like piece one. Piece two is I think about Jensen Huang, founder of NVIDIA. He has a great quote where he was in an interview recently at a conference, and someone asked him, who's the most intelligent person that you know? And he had a hard time answering it. And the thing that he ended up coming to was the measure of intelligence is your ability to use resources to figure out problems. And that does not mean using AI to think for you. It's what resources can I use to help me make decisions on my own. So I think the balance here and what you should not do is use AI to make your decisions and think for you. It's how can I use AI to challenge my own thoughts and do my research to then functionally train me as a person and make myself better overall. So answering the binary, reps who are outsourcing all their thinking to AI get measurably worse at selling. They get measurably worse at everything. You're degrading the quality of yourself as a human.
I love both those answers. This is the bonus follow-up of the day. We have a sounder for that. Breaking news, we have a follow-up based off of that question. Where do you draw the line, right? Because there are some things that are specifically like geared towards AI, organization of things, finding something very quickly. Think Google, like what Google was traditionally used for. So search. Where does the thinking line get drawn for you?
For me, is this a good use of my time or not? And I think that's a hard question that people can't answer nowadays is this something that I should outsource to AI or is this something that I should not outsource to AI based upon the quality and measurement of my time spent doing it? That's how I do it. So fun fact for everyone listening to this, go and quantify your time in a dollar amount. Easiest thing that you could possibly do and let that dictate whether AI should do it for you.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, I don't think anybody that says they have a good answer for this has a good answer for this yet. I think there's an outcome where we end up saying AI is actually generatively awful for humans to be able to have access to, and that we actually make it where people don't have access to it until they're 18 or 21. I think it's where we're getting to the point. So reality is, because my experience of this, where's the line? Where's the line? That should be where's the line. Is here's what I see it happening to me, and this is what's scary. My wife asks a question, or somebody sends an email, and I don't know exactly how to answer. My first intuition, because it's easier, I'll go to AI, ask it, and it's often right. And this is where I think we as humans, what makes us humans, or what makes us grow, is suffering and pain. But also, it's been shown over time and time again, a hidden priority for humans. It's almost like genetically built into us, is to prioritize convenience. Anytime we're given the option of convenience, we always, as a human race, choose convenience. AI is convenience, and I think it's very dangerous. It almost creates a dopamine hit to get something right. I do not know where the line is, and all I can say is in my life, I keep pushing the line down, where I use AI less and less and less. And I'm very I have a lot of trepidation on how much it's used long term. That's my answer right now.
Yeah. Both of those were good. Krispy, I was just going to give you a shout out and say pain, suffering, and socially, like shame and pride and reward is like, if you never feel the pride of having suffered and given effort that was like, yay, or the shame of having done something that wasn't very good,
Or
You
we all
can't-
just play sports in the future and we don't do any thinking. I'm trying to
This is I'm just going to go to the next one because we probably could have done a whole show on this, but I want to get to these last two questions. The one coming up after this is really good. So really quick, $70 billion bonfire. Here's the visual. Production. This is Chris Orlob, by the way. We know him. I'm going to read the question and the setup now. Where have you heard this, by the way? Companies spend north of $70 billion a year on sales training. Is that a good use of their money? And most estimates say 84% of the training is forgotten within 90 days. One ES research study put it bluntly, about 90% of all sales training has no lasting impact on behavior. Shout out to the State of Sales Enablement 2026 by Super. Every company in this audience has done it. Flew the team to a hotel, 2 days of methodology, role plays, trainings, mock calls. Within 3 months, 84 cents of every dollar evaporated, and the team still sells exactly how it sold before. So we're going to stop being polite about it. The corporate sales training budget is money that you've lit on fire. Agree or disagree? 3, 2, 1.
Agree.
I'm going to say disagree just because it says the corporate sales training budget, because you should spend that.
All right, Krispy, you're up first, and we may not let Matt go.
Okay. I think about a lot of the industries that tend to lag behind others when it comes to technology, digital transformation, usage of AI. Think about manufacturing, construction, stuff like that. They tend to lag generally 5 to 7 years behind everyone else. Corporate training, when it comes to sales teams, is also a function in business that lags behind pretty much everything else. Examples, marketing has changed from SEO to AEO, and everyone's thinking about AI and generative stuff. Corporate sales training has not changed since the pandemic has occurred. The structure has not evolved with the way that our society in the business world, the way that we're conditioned to expect to receive information in the flow of work in a way that's digestible every single time. So corporate sales training now is an outdated methodology that is really just a check the box sort of initiative to say, hey, we do corporate training, when in reality it has zero impact on an ongoing basis for anyone who is actually going through the training itself.
I agree. I'm going to take Matt's turn and punish him because, number one, you didn't respond within 3 seconds.
I
Number
disagree.
two, I feel like you just said that for no reason. I'll say this. Maybe this will help your answer a little bit. Reason number one by Chris Orlob. Now, you may not know who I am. You should know this handsome guy at the bottom and the redheaded guy here. They're way more popular, but you should know Chris Orlob if you're in this sphere. His number one reason, no diagnostics or revenue damage measurement. You know what he's saying? There isn't anything, the output's not measured first. You just start training shit without knowing what you're actually trying to change with the training itself, which is, can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah.
That's what we do. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah. So I disagree. Corporate training, it's like, I read it. The corporate sales training budget, money is lit on fire. I disagree. The spend is not the problem. In fact, especially in AI world, is you're going to, people need more training. They need more behavioral change. The spend is not the problem. In fact, you shouldn't. It's where we're spending it. It's the absence of reinforcement. It's the absence of behavior change. So yes, people need training. Do they need an event where they go and you spend time with people and you talk about something they're going to forget and 84% don't remember it within 90 days? No. Do you need a training mechanism that makes people better as they're doing their work and helps them measure against a cohort of peers? Yes. You need corporate training. You just don't need a corporate training event.
All I can say to that is
spend your money with Super. Yeah.
That was very good. You may have changed my mind on that. Well positioned. Last question. We have very little time left, so we'll do this one quickly, but it is a good one. This is, kill the pipeline review, right?
I love showing all this stuff. This is great.
It's good to look at. It's good for our audience. It's just specifically so they're not distracted by Krispy. Anyway, something else to look at. Kill the pipeline review. A growing argument says the weekly pipeline review is dead weight. I've argued this to Matt before, and he kind of put me in my place and said, hold off. If you've invested in CRM and still need verbal confirmations from reps, the problem is culture and enablement, not the meeting, and the fix is not more meetings. The reason this information sucks 80% or 79% of sales organizations miss their forecast by more than 10%. Only 7% hit 90+% accuracy. 87% of finance execs say forecasts are outdated. A lot of problem with forecasting, right? The setup really is this. Friday afternoon, reps read their Salesforce, HubSpot records aloud to a manager who could have done all that him or herself. Everyone nods at a forecast everyone knows is bullshit. We've all sat in that room before. Y'all have ran it. One side says burn it down. The other side says that room is the only thing keeping deals from dying in silence. And I think one or both of y'all might say there's a better way to do it. Binary question. The weekly pipeline review meeting should be killed entirely. Agree or disagree? 3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Agree.
This is a good episode. All right. I think it's Krispy's turn to go first. If not, Krispy, go first.
Yeah. I think that those that want to kill the pipeline review are doing it wrong. And that if they're just reading data from a screen, a lot like reading a presentation and verbatim what the text is on the slide, it's bad and no one pays attention. Here's what I feel about this. The data that lives in a CRM is subjective based upon what has been put in. And a lot of the times there's gaps in that data, number one. Number two is there's often a story behind the data that the data does not tell you. And that's what I want to hear from the rep whenever I do pipeline reviews. Final point is I believe shame is fucking powerful. And I've said that again in the sense of if you are not doing the right things, and I point that out in a pipeline review, that is the sales enablement. That is the education point where I will ask you, why does this not exist? And I will go through all of your deals to figure out why these data points do not exist directly. So weekly pipeline review is important for both the revenue standpoint and for establishing a standard across all of your reps and your sales team.
For me, and I'm going to pull a Matt here to clarify, are you saying that it could be needed? People are just, one, not prepped for it at all, two, inputting the wrong thing or not inputting anything. So it's a horrible usage of time in the way that it's like taking place now usually.
Yeah, if you're taking just deal data points or opportunity data points in Salesforce at face value as your pipeline review, you're doing it wrong.
Okay. All right, Matt.
Yeah, I disagree too. A lot of the same reasons Krispy said. I think to do this, number one, if people don't like your weekly pipeline meetings, you're running it wrong and it's not useful. So yes, there's something about running one well. But I think this is number two, and this gets to the deeper level because this is used and presupposed upon a future where individuals can autonomously do the right thing and have AI tell them everything they need to be told about the deal and then execute on it. That's what this is presupposed upon. And I don't think it's good for humans to not have people speak into their lives. And what they're doing instead, like the alternative, is for them to say, what should I do with this deal? And they're going to get 4 options from Claudia saying, do it this way. Who helps them decide what's right there? They're just going to ask another AI agent another question. No, that's what coaching is for. Get on a call, understand what's actually happening. And the way the manager asks the question will help train the rep more than the data itself. And that's what Krispy was talking about. There's a story behind the data, and that's what's important.
Amen to that. I will award the victory of the day to Krispy's haircut. Looks freaking awesome. So Krispy, if you want to bring us home, Matt, well fought, well positioned, but the hair is S tier. Go ahead.
Oh, S tier. Man, I'm flattered. Overwhelming lesson from everything we talked about today is AI will expose mediocrity. It will make those that are excellent reps and excellent operators even better by fostering thoughts and strategy. The more you use it to help make your decisions, not make your decisions fully, the better off of a person you will be. And you supered.
There we go. And now we can end it. See you next week on Pardon the POV.